Hello everyone, this is Val from Valia Craft Studio. Today I'd like to show you the next one in my big collections of ephemera which I've boxed up. This one is Christmas themed. I've actually made two of these. They're slightly different but have the same components in them. And this particular one already is in my Etsy store. I will post the link down below just in case you want to see the full list of inclusions. But we'll go through it now and you will see them as I take them out of the box. You'll see that I've decorated the top a little. It's really just to, set the tone of it because it's the packing box. So although I put it in a plastic bag as well, it may not, I couldn't decorate it too much because it might not have survived the posting. So here we go. Let's have a look at what's in here. Now the first thing that we have is this baggie, which has got a heap of stuff in there. There's book pages and music, doilies, some really lovely stuff in there, and bits and pieces of cardstock of things that are left over, envelopes, all sorts of stuff. And I will make this, I'll put as much in here as I can, given that I want to keep the boxes just under 500 grams for postage reasons. So as much as I can put in here extra will be in there. Alright, so that's kind of like a little filler, but we've got 3 loaded pockets. This is the first one, and it's got quite a lot of inserts in there. I just love the candy cane hanging over there. And this one is made with a book page, but it's very, very effective. I love it. So some really lovely stuff in there, lots of tags and bits and pieces. So that's one of the loaded pockets. Then there's this style of loaded pocket, and it's got quite a lot of tags and things in that one as well. So, there's probably about 7 inserts in that one, including this little mason jar, which I think is really cute. And, so that's loaded pocket number 2. The third one is made with cardstock. And, it's got several pockets in it, but they've all got things in them. And including this little thing, which I really love. Well, not say little thing. It's a little glazine bag, which I've decorated, and it's got a couple of, little tags in there as well. Sometimes I make it a tuck spot out the front, but obviously this time I didn't. But I just think that's cute. And that just nestles in the front there of the loaded pocket. And there's bigger tags at the back. I just love this one with a little Joy to the World bell hanging off it. And, so that's the third little loaded pocket. There's also 2 library pocket style envelopes as well. This one's made with a book page, but it's very pretty. I'll just take everything out so you can see. It's just the one pocket. I didn't want to cover up any of the gorgeous images, so I've left it pretty basically the same, and just loaded, 5 elements into that. Actually 6, 5, and one of them is again that Joy to the World bell, which makes a lovely tag as well. The other library pocket has got a little tuck spot in the front as well. It's just shallow, just to tuck a couple of things in there, and then there's some inserts in the back one as well. So there's that one. I also made a little, I'm just going to move that aside, a little flip down, flip up, which, let's put it up the right way and that might help. And it's got an image, a vintage image of a Christmas lady on the corner there. When you open it up, you've got a notepad here with a bit of writing paper in it, and a little pocket at the bottom with a couple of inserts. So that little flip down, flip up is included in this pack of ephemera. Now, I've made about 5 cards, I think there are, and I've sort of like really decorated them. So, really pretty, and they've got charms on them. This one's got Rudolph the Reindeer on it, and some lace and ribbon, and yeah, really pretty little tag. There's this tag as well, similar. It's got the red ribbon, another pretty image there, and it's got some bells hanging off that one. This one is just using some beautiful Christmas like ribbon that I got, and I've put that on the top and the pocket, and just embellished a little tag with some gold blingy stuff to match it. These 2 are just green. They've got a little, this one's Peace and Joy, and it's got some red ribbon and some like little golden red leaves, and it's got a little circle of Christmas kids on the front of that one. And this one has got a little bell and the wise men, the three wise men, and some Lebanon rice, and it just says gift giving time, which I thought was appropriate given that that was the original Christmas gifts when the wise men bought their gifts to. Sorry, there are two. I'll fix that in a minute. There are two bells on there, but one is slipped to the back. I'll just fix that up later. In addition to those tags, there's this pack of 12 other tags, which are not embellished. They are simply, ones that I've cut out from a design that I made to make the tags. So they're nice big ones, and I think this size is really suitable when you affix your loaded pockets and so forth to the page. If you just stick them down on a couple of sides, or sorry, one side and the bottom, you need a nice big tag to sit behind it, and so these would work really well for that. And yeah, there's just a couple of different variations on that theme. So yeah, that's 12 extra tags in this kit. There's a couple of little corner pockets, one for each side. No, they're both, I'm not quite sure. That one could go that way or that way, so it's a bit interchangeable. So is that one, so maybe they would go like that. So there's one for each side. They're not terribly decorated, there's just a little deco on them. So yeah, not as blingy as some of the stuff in the kit, but still a nice little triangular pocket, corner pocket. I've also made up this little pack of die cuts. There's 45 different things in here. There's little die cuts and, circles, there's little words, there's lots of cards and things like that, so there's 45 pieces in there of various pieces of die cuts and bits and pieces, cards, words. So that's included as well. I'll put that away later. There's also a couple of altered paper clips made just with cardstock, and this one is with the pennant shape, and it goes on the top of your page. I do need a page to show you this. Let me just see. I do need a book too. I'll just do it in my... Sorry, I wasn't quite prepared for this, but nevertheless, this is a Christmas journal. It's also going to be in the Etsy store today. I'm looking for that page. Looking for that page. So this one would just go on the top of your page like that. And then you could put a tag or a card or something underneath that. Let's just find a card. Any card. I'm sure you all know how to do these, but just in case you don't. So then you could just put a card or something underneath that one. The other one is another one, but it just says peace, and I don't know if that comes from the top as well, or... Yes, it does. They're both top paper clips from the top, but I don't think that's that's an issue, and probably you wouldn't put another wording one underneath that. You would put something else, and there's plenty of other things in this pack to do that. So that's the two altered paper clips. There's also in here just this little baggie. I'll just put that aside for a moment, but we might need it in a moment too to show you some other applications. So this one's just got some, gold blingy stuff and some those little, I think they're chipboard, little snowflakes, and there's a couple of little gold, a Christmas tree and a star. I don't know what they're made of. They're quite lightweight, even though, they're quite big. But they'd be good on tags and so forth as well. I also made a tiny little journal, and it's tied with red seam binding. I've made it with handmade paper, but then I've affixed images over top of that on the front and back. In the inside, in the cover, there's a little tuck spot on both the front and back, and there's a card in both of those. And in the middle, quite a few different bits of paper and so forth, just a tiny little journal with some little stars on a string in the middle. And most of the paper in this little book I bought from Bev's Painty Papers, because look at that, look how gorgeous that goes with a Christmas themed book. So I did buy some of her papers, and they made it into some of this craft that I've done here. Very clever she is. I also made this little notebook as well, and this one's not got many pages in it, but I've just fixed those in with the ribbon, twine around it like that, so more could be added if it was wanted. And there's a tuck spot in the back and in the front, and little images on the front and back, and that's just a little bit of extra journaling space there. This is just a little bundle of stuff that I've had floating around. It's all commercial kind of stuff, not what I've made. But, just the bag and, a tag and an envelope and some little stickers and a gold doily, which, is just really beautiful for a Christmas journal. I made a bookmark or a bookmark. It has to be a bookmark because I've embellished it, but I did think otherwise it could have been a belly band as well. And it's just from a cooking book about Christmas, and they had dinner plans, so I cut those out and backed them onto red paper, red cardstock, and made them into a bookmark, which looks really cute with the gold lace and a little gold and red flower and a little bit of gold trim across the bottom. Nothing complex, but looks good. In this box there's also a little mixture of laces and these little green flowers. There's 3 crochet doilies in there, and just a little bit of extra stuff to put into your journal. There's also two lace holders that are Christmas themed. One has red and white twine, and the other one has this white eyelash trim that's got a gold sparkle. I don't know if you can see, it's a silvery sparkle through it. It's a sparkly one. So both very good for a Christmas journal. I did make some covers for these, and I've just made this one which just says Christmas journal on it, for perhaps to go on the front of a Christmas journal. And because I think there's more than you would use in one kit here, in one journal here, I think you could use this for any number of journals, no matter how you wanted to sort of spread it out. I did make a second Christmas journal sign, so if you had your own image for the front, you could fix this on and that again says a Christmas journal. And there are 2 versions of This Book Belongs To in the red, the green, and like a creamy background. So 2 of those This Book Belongs To are included. There's also this little, I call these my little surprise package. I like to put these in my journals. There'll be a tutorial about these soon, but I'm struggling with it a little, and which is surprising because it's a very simple little object. But you just open it like that, and inside I put anywhere from 4 to about 10 little pieces of, little bits and pieces, tiny bits and pieces. They could easily have gone into the ephemera pack, but I just like them in here. And, just put some little extras in there as a little surprise packet. There should be 2 of those, yes, Joy and Wish. So the little surprise pack is also included in this mega ephemera box. I've also done a few envelopes. This one's made with a book page, and although it's kind of like an open out, it's a faux envelope, I guess you would say, because it isn't sealed, although you certainly could just glue down the sides. I've stitched around the outside of it, and it's just a book page from another cooking Christmas book. And so that could be either left as that as extra journaling space, or sealed down the sides to be a more traditional kind of envelope. There's also a couple of little Christmas themed paper die cut envelopes, and they've each got a little card about happy holidays from the doggy one, and the other little green one that says what a wonderful Christmas up there. This one's got a little card in it that says meowy Christmas, so they're kind of cute. I didn't make those, they're actually something commercial. There's also in here a hangover, which we'll just get this book back for a moment so I can show you how that goes. I've given you the red and green peg in case you want to use those as well, but it's not going to be perfect to go on this one because there's already an embellishment the other side, but you'll see what it looks like. So, you've got on this one, you've got a pretty Christmas kind of bird on holly branch and a little tag hanging off of it. And although you could just see the other one the other side, I'm going to just turn it around and show you that side as well. So you can have it either which way you want it, but it just hangs over. And it does actually sit there quite nicely, but I kind of liked the extra little pegs to hold it in place. They don't have to stay, but they just added to it. So this one's got Christmas, Santa decorating the tree and a little ticket at the back and a bit of bling across the front. So that's the over the page hangover, as we call them. That's also included in this box of tricks. And last but not least, we're getting to the bottom of the box. I've done a couple of scrappies in the Christmas theme. Very, beautiful coloured fabrics in these. And the brad in this one is holly, and there's a little Christmas tree hanging off it on a bulb pin. And this one is, the brad is a gold bell, and two little bells, Christmas bells, are hanging off a bulb pin on that one. So there's 2 scrappies, and there's also a snippet roll, which is about 22 inches long, I think. And it's got a Christmas tree, and I think I'll go this way. It's got a Christmas tree, and it's got a bulb pin with 3 bells on it. You've got the green, the red, and the gold. Lovely trim on it as well. And then there's 3 buttons in red, white, and green. And then there's a silver charm that's a snowflake, and a bit more blingy laces and so forth. And down the bottom there's a little charm of a Christmas tree. So that's the contents of this box. I haven't actually counted up how many things are in it, but I think you'll agree there's quite a lot of stuff in here. And as I said, I'll put the link to my Etsy store. Have a look at my Christmas, what's included, and and have a look at it. I've also got a couple of others in the Etsy store that are sewing and a garden one, and there's a vintage one coming next. So I'm loving making all the things to put in these, and I hope you've enjoyed watching my unveiling of what goes in my ephemera boxes. Thank you so much. Bye now. And I almost forgot these little altered paper clips made with beads in Christmas colours. So there's 3 of those as well in this pack, and they simply go onto your book page like so, and you just slide them on. They could probably go either side, although I haven't tested that. But they work all right just like that, and then they hang off your book pages. You wouldn't put them all on the one page probably, but throughout your journal, I'd put I personally would put one of the big ones at the front of the journal, the smaller one with just the 2 beads somewhere in the middle of the journal, and this other large one I would put towards the back. So they would hang at various places throughout your journal, off the edges of your page, like so. So see how pretty they are. And so yes, they are included in this box as well, although somehow they got put aside somewhere and nearly missed being in the video, but I found them just in time. Thanks again. Bye.